Ladies and gentlemen, football fans across the nation, can you believe it? It's Week 12 of the 2025 NFL season, and the New England Patriots, yes, those same Patriots who limped to a heartbreaking 4-13 finish last year, are not just back in a hunt, they're leading the charge. Sitting pretty at 8-3, they've more than doubled their win total already, perched atop the AFC East and the entire conference like kings reclaiming their throne. But hold on tight, because this Sunday at Gillette Stadium, the plot thickens with a potential showdown that could shake the division to its core: the return of Joe Burrow and his Cincinnati Bengals. What a time to be alive in the NFL. Grab your foam fingers, because we're diving deep into this electric story, with a nod to our Philadelphia Eagles brothers in green keeping the NFC East spicy. I'm your host, and this is your primetime Patriots Pulse, with an Eagles edge. Let's kick things off with the headlines that have Pats Nation buzzing louder than a Fenway crowd on steroids. After a disastrous 2024 under then-head coach Drake Maye, remember those endless turnovers and that defense that felt like Swiss cheese? The Patriots have flipped the script under new leadership. 8 wins in 11 games. That's not a comeback, that's a resurrection. They're 1.5 games ahead of the Buffalo Bills, who sit at 7-3, scratching their heads after that gut-punch loss to the Jets last week. The division. It's wide open, folks, a knife fight in a phone booth between New England, Buffalo, Miami's high-octane attack, and those pesky Jets who just won't quit. But enter the Bengals, limping in at 3-7, and suddenly, Week 12 feels like a playoff preview.
Why?
Because Joe Burrow, the ginger gunslinger from LSU, that two-time Pro Bowler who dragged Cincy to a Super Bowl berth in 21, might just lace him up and crash this party. Burrow's been sidelined since Week 2, nursing that nasty turf toe from a gritty win over the Jaguars, a 3-month slog that had us all penciling him in for a Christmas miracle at best. But this guy's a warrior, accelerating his rehab like he's got a Heisman deadline. Midweek practices, full go. The Bengals medical team is whispering, go time, and if he suits up, watch out, since he's been a shadow of themselves without him. Sure, they snagged Joe Flacco off the scrap heap to steady the ship after Jake Browning's interim stints, and yeah, they clawed out a 33-31 heartstopper against the Steelers on a last-second field goal. But one win since Week 2. That's Bengal purgatory. With Burrow, they're a top 10 offense waiting to erupt, averaging over 28 points per game in his starts last year. For the Pats, who rank a respectable top 10 overall on defense but a middling 17th against the pass, allowing 220 yards a clip, this could be the test that defines their surge. Now, let's zoom in on the man under center for New England, Drake Maye, the 22-year-old phenom out of North Carolina, who's turning Gillette into his personal coliseum. Drafted 3rd overall in 24, Maye stepped into the breach after a rocky rookie year, and boy, has he delivered. 16 touchdowns to just 5 picks this season, a 68% completion rate, and legs that turn broken plays into highlight reel sprints. When reporters cornered him this week about staring down Burrow, the guy who's thrown for 35,000 yards before hitting 30, Maye didn't flinch. I know he's a great player, Drake said, that southern drawl cutting through the locker room din. He's done some great things in this league, and he's fun to watch when they're playing and when he's healthy. So, wish the best of luck to him for his injury. But at the same time, we're competing. You want to win, and I don't think it matters who's on the other side, we're trying to win. Classy, confident, and oh so Pats. It's that Brady-esque poise, isn't it? Reminds me of Tom himself, back in 01, unfazed by the ghosts of Drew Bledsoe. But let's pump the brakes and analyze this matchup like we're breaking down film in Foxborough. The Bengals without Burrow have been pedestrian, ranking 24th in scoring, with Flacco's grizzled arm mustering just 6.2 yards per attempt. Plug in Joe B. Boom, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins become unguardable, torching secondaries with those precise lasers. Cincy's run game, led by Chase Brown, could exploit New England's front seven if they stack the box against the pass. On the flip side, the Pats' D-line, anchored by Christian Barmore's interior havoc and Matthew Juden's edge-rushing menace, now fully healthy after that biceps tweak, could feast on Burrow's quick release if they get pressure. Juden's got 7.5 sacks already. Imagine him 10G off on a rusty Burrow. Offensively, Maye's got weapons. Ramondre Stevenson's bruising between the tackles grind, over 800 yards rushing, Demario Douglas stretching the field, and that emerging TE duo of Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki pulling linebackers out of position. Coaching. First-year skipper Mike Vrabel, hired after Mayo's exit, is channeling his Titans' thunder, dialing up exotic blitzes that have foes guessing. It's chess, not checkers, and Vrabel's got the Pats believing they're dynasty bound again. Speaking of dynasties, let's rewind the tape for some historical heat, because nothing fuels a Patriot story like the ghosts of glory. Remember Super Bowl 39? New England edging the Eagles 24-21 in Jacksonville, with Deion Branch snagging MVP honors while Donovan McNabb's Birds fought valiantly. Or the Philly Revenge Tour. Foles' Philly special trickery stunning Brady's crew 41-33, confetti raining on those rabid Lincoln Financial Field faithful. The Eagles-Pats rivalry? It's etched in Emerald and Navy lore, two franchises that embody blue-collar grit. Philly's underdog spirit peaked in that 18 miracle, with Nick Foles channeling divine intervention, Reggie White's ghost rumbling from the sidelines, and Brian Dawkins' helmet-to-helmet ferocity inspiring a city that boos Santa Claus. Fast forward to today, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles sit 7-4 in the NFC East, nipping at the Cowboys' heels, who, by the way, Albert Breer's pondering if they can salvage a playoff push after that Dallas debacle. Hurts' dual-threat magic, 2,400 passing yards, 600 rushing, mirrors Maye's upside, while A.J. Brown's contested catches evoke Randy Moss in his Foxborough prime. And don't sleep on the D. Darius Slay locking down WR1S, Josh Sweat terrorizing QBs. The NFC East. A snake pit, Cowboys drama, Giants rebuild, Commanders chaos, but Philly's crowd, those bleeding green maniacs, turns the link into a cauldron. It's the same fire that burns in New England, where Pats fans pack Gillette with that quiet intensity, loyal through the lean years post-Brady. Stats don't lie, and they've got stories to tell. Compare this Pats squad to their 04-18 dynasty run. 6 Lombardis, Brady's 28-11 playoff ledger, Belichick's hoodie wizardry. Maye's efficiency echoes young Tom's 63% clip in 07. Defensively, they're allowing 18.2 points per game, top 10, like the 14 unit that suffocated Seattle. Bengals with Burrow. Historical 10-5 record in his starts, 500-plus yards in 22. Without 2-9 last year. The Pats' pass defense woes? They've surrendered 12 TD bombs, but interceptions, 11 league-wide, show bounce-back bend. Eagles tie in, Philly's D ranks third against the run, a blueprint for New England if they want October hardware. Seasonal impact. A Pats win catapults them to 9-3, breathing room over Buffalo's Josh Allen, who's feasting but fumble-prone. Lose, and the Bills pounce. For Cincy, Burrow's debut could spark a 6-4 finish, sneaking into the wild card scrum behind the Chiefs and Ravens. Folks, as the leaves turn crimson in New England and the Schuylkill sparkles under those Philly lights, one thing's crystal. NFL Sundays remind us why we love this game: the grind, the glory, the what-ifs. Tune in Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. If you're an Eagles die-hard, catch Hurts' heroics Monday night. Follow us on the channel for live breakdowns, fan polls, and that exclusive Eagles-Pats rivalry retrospective dropping next week. This is football at its finest. Raw, relentless, rewarding. Who's ready to roar? I'm signing off, but the action? It's just heating up. Go Pats, and go Birds!